Good morning, Softball America. It's an inexact science trying to turn the music down properly. We're glad that you're here. It is Monday, March 30th, and we are presented by our friends at GoRout, the leaders in coach-to-player communication, built by coaches for coaches. GoRout Diamond ensures that every pitch and play call you send is delivered clearly all season long. Visit www.gorout.com/shop/softball-America and use discount code SA2026 to save $275 on your GoRout system today. We are happy to be here. I'm alive. We're thriving. Gray Robertson, Tara Henry, partner. We had like a heck of a weekend of softball to keep track of. Goodness gracious.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. Make sure you check out the GoRout link in the chat. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Again, good morning. And yes, it was quite the weekend of softball, and just happy to be here with each and every one of you and my partner, Gray Robertson.
Rocking and rolling. Yeah. Chat amongst yourselves. Keep in mind that the Wednesday show is the Q&A, but if there's anything super pressing, we might pop up. However, we've got like a stacked show, just a lot of stuff going on. We've got Duke head coach Marissa Young joining us a little bit later. We've got one of the first four, that's the number, 4 golden ticket winners on this past weekend. Just all of a sudden, golden tickets going left and right. Sydney Stewart from Arizona will be with us. And we have a guest waiting in the waiting room right now, don't we, Tara?
We do. Let's just bring him on. Let's get this party started.
Well, hold on, please. I have to stand by. He just dropped it. Here he is. He's coming back in. I'll do a layered introduction to allow him to get back into frame. So one of the best series of the weekend was Arkansas, Florida. Absolutely outstanding. And Dakota Kennedy had a crazy, awesome, incredible moment at the very end of game 3, walking off the Florida Gators. Arkansas wins that series 2-1. And we've got the assistant coach, the man in charge of the hitting, the guy who's getting these hog batters to swing it the way they are, DJ Gasso, joining us on the show.
Chris Collinsworth style.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Did you feel that, Gray? You were getting a little hesitant at the start there,
Well,
but
we've had coaches who we've been about to bring on just disappear. I was like, I think DJ knows how to work a laptop, but
yeah, no. All good. I have a swivel sliding chair, and Hunter SID is like, dude, what if we did a little Chris Collinsworth little intro there? So I had to do my slide in right there. So.
I like it.
I love it. What a way to start off the show. I love it.
Yeah, let's get it going.
I could hear Gray, and I wasn't watching. I was like, why is Gray so worried? He's concerned. I'm pretty sure I already talked to DJ. I know he's here. Yeah. Oh, well, let's start there with the weekend. How proud are you of this squad and taking down a really good Florida team?
Yeah, I think it starts there. A really good Florida team. I mean, they are legit. They have like a whole lineup of stars, pitching staff's elite. And I think that's the biggest thing, especially continuing to go through our SEC schedule, because it doesn't get any easier. It's that fight. It's that toughness that you have to bring. I mean, we can talk hitting plans, we can talk pitching, defense, all the stuff. But at the end of the day, the toughness that you bring day in and day out is going to take you a long way in the sport, and hopefully, make that run in May and June. And so the ability to be able to do that, one thing we adjusted is winning that Friday game. We haven't done really did that against Georgia and Alabama. So being able to do that was awesome. And even the Saturday game, like we fought, we came back. It was close in the seventh, and that was huge. And I felt we had a little momentum of that going into Sunday. And it didn't start out the way we wanted to. I mean, Rothrock had our number. She was having her way on us, but the girls didn't give up. You know, Saylor kept us in the game. And the message for the offense is always, it's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. It's going to happen. It's a matter of time. And, credit to them that they believed that and stayed tough and made a few adjustments and got the job done. So that was an incredible series, incredible game, incredible atmosphere. The fans at Vogel Park, I mean, they were lit up all weekend long. So many compliments from people coming out of town saying, man, the atmosphere is so great. I was high-fiving people I don't even know. They were very involved. They were doing the chants, the Arkansas Razorback chant. I mean, it was awesome. And that's what I love about this game is that the interaction between players and fans, it's very intimate. It's different. That's what's make this game so sports. I mean, that's what makes the sport so great is the ability for fans to not only be that close to the game, but hoot and holler like that. So it was a great weekend for the Backs.
I got to ask about Dakota Kennedy just absolutely ripping it. And, we had a graphic for the Arkansas-Alabama series where it showed, I think, like her first 20 games, she was hitting 2-0 something. And since it was over 400, well over 400, she had the 7 RBI game on Saturday against Alabama. And then this week, the performance that she put in to hit a good pitch out to walk it off against Florida in game 3. What does that say about her? She's had such a great career, didn't have to get off to a good start this year, but she's kept plugging away. And now she's been like the RBI producer in your lineup the last few weeks.
Yeah, no, there is not enough good things to say about Dakota Kennedy. She is, and I've told her this, by far the most unique, emotionally mature, just amazing student athletes I've ever been around. I mean, she is awesome. And with transfers, I love to build great relationships with the athletes. So they have the comfortability to be able to talk to me about like really anything. And I don't want a week or a day to go by where, hey, coach, I didn't really feel great with this drill or this adjustment. Instead of like letting a week go by, let's talk about it right now so you can be the most confident going into the box. And so early in the season, when she's kind of having that slow start for what her normal is, which is just amazing, I'm like, hey, Co, we good? Like, is there anything I need? I'm good. Yeah, coach, I'm good. And then there's credit to her. Said we sat down and had a meeting. She wanted to schedule it and said, hey, coach, I'm telling you, like, I'm good. I don't need a ton. I trust what you're doing here, trust what we're doing as a team. But like, listen, what you see is what you get. There's not more to me. And I'm like, that's better for me, just let her go play. And I think that just shows the confidence that she has in herself. Yeah, I know I didn't have the hot start that I wanted, but I'm not worried. I'm good. And that's what she believes. And I knew it was only a matter of time for her to get going this season. And to, like you said, like she's a big part of this offense, really big part of this offense. And when you can feel her presence up at the box, I think it was actually against Alabama, Greg. You were there. I didn't get to say hi to you, by the way. You were
waved.
You were
waved from the TV booth
there. I didn't want to like interrupt your conversations. You know what I mean? I didn't know if I have to like go like this.
No.
In Tuscaloosa. But there was a point where, man, she hit a foul ball and she was in the box within a second, like, hey, I'm ready to hit, and that kind of confidence and belief in the box, it's hard to come by. And it really drives our offense at a high level, because if she's feeling that, I feel like the other players on the team can feel that as well.
And DJ, I want to ask you about the offense. You talked about making adjustments. You talked about preparing. We had a nice little chat at the NFCA after a hitting talk. When you look at your offense, and right now top 3 in the SEC in home runs with 13, and like you said, Gray said really picking it up here as we get into SEC play, which is supposed to be more difficult. What would be your thoughts on your offensive style and what you've learned throughout the years? Maybe from your
Well,
brother, maybe not.
yeah, first off, I want to say thank you guys for hosting that NFCA talk. That was amazing. Some of the best information I even got was just on the bus ride over there with Nate and Link, and just being able to talk to them, because I'm like, I'm not going to be able to ask all these questions. So thank you guys. Thank you, Ian, Tori, being able to host that first off. I really appreciate that. Um, Offensive style, man, it's very individual. Like it's all based on the individual. I take pride in people not being able to explain what my hitting philosophy is, because if you're able to explain it, that means everyone's going to have to buy into that and do that. And I'm more wanting to buy into what the athlete needs and how to make them better. Like each person's going to have their own individual performance plan, and we'll go based on what your body's able to do, how you like to think, how you like to learn. It's not about me whatsoever. If it was about me, we wouldn't have good hitting numbers. You know what I mean? It was flares to right and bunts. That's what we'd be doing, you know? But yeah, I didn't know any of the stat that you pulled up in league play. I mean, that's amazing because we've already faced some really good competition in the league. So that's kind of crazy to think about, but it's only getting tougher. And what I think about this offense, it's very unique in the sense of we're very mature, and so people know what they need. And so that's what I'm trying to do, is how can I place you in a spot to make you the most confident when you get in the box? And that's going to be different for so many people. You know, what the pregame routine, what practice looks like, what I need to say to them going up to the box, how they take information from the scout. It's very individually based. And so when everyone is at their best, that's how we can be at our best as a team. And so I don't think it's one necessarily style or philosophy. It's more of just bringing in great players, bringing in people that love to compete, that are very tough. And obviously, every hitting coach has really good hitters on their team. So I don't take a lot of credit of any type of style that I have that makes them succeed. So
I want to ask you about Brinley Bain because, and you know, we talk so much about the Arkansas offense, and we go through the Dakota Kennedys and the Ella McDowells, and Reagan Johnson just had a historic weekend. But then you look at the top of the stats, and oh, here's this freshman Brinley Bain who's hitting 427 and has been ever so steady for you all season long. Her strike zone discipline is one of the most remarkable things I've seen at such a young age. What is it about, you know, the youngsters like a Brinley Bain who really are able to step in and be so successful in the SEC and at the college game at such an early age and show such mature characteristics as an 18-year-old?
yeah, well, she loves ball. That's for sure. Almost too much at times. You know, that's something that we got to deal with in the fall. But I would attribute it, and I think she would attribute it to this as well. Her upbringing and her family. They have a barn right there at their house, and it had the projector screen and machine, and they absolutely get after it. She is, and I've been around, seen some really good hitters at Oklahoma, some incredible players here. I mean, Bree Ellis, like it, list goes on and on. She is the hardest working softball player I've ever came around, the utmost top. No one outworks her, and it's at times I'm like, hey, you gotta take it easy. Like load management is not a thing for her. Like if she's not hitting here, she's finding a place to hit. If we're on the road and we had early hitting or didn't have early hitting, all right, let me go find a cage. I'm gonna go hit. You know, with my parents if I need to. You know, so she just loves ball. She loves to work. She loves to grind, and I think that's her upbringing. That's how she was raised. I think her parents have done an incredible job of really showing what hard work is going to get you. You know what I mean? And she's made that decision every single day, probably since she was a kid, because she's had the dream of playing at the highest level. And to be able to perform like this at this kind of rate, I'm waiting. It's like, all right, at some point it's going to have to start slowing down, right? But credit to her, she continues to not only believe in herself, but have confidence in big time moments, which is something that we had to kind of work through. Is, man, you're trying too hard, you're wanting it too much. Like, how can you just trust your preparation? How can you just trust the flow of your body and your athleticism to just get it done because you've worked so hard for this that you don't need to try harder? If anything, it's going to be things like that rather than any swing mechanic. But no, credit to her. She is by far the hardest working softball player that I've ever came around. And I think that attributes to a lot of success that she's having this year.
And last one for me before we get back to Gray, I want to ask you about your own pitching staff, because obviously preparing against them in the fall and then midweeks when you're getting ready to play each weekend. What do you like most about the pitching staff? Obviously, we know Robin Heron's in there, but there's a whole number of arms that you have to face in Peyton Burnham, and you talked about Sailor Timmerman. Like, what has that been like for you on the other side when you're prepping hitters to face your own pitching staff?
Yeah, I try not to prep our hitters too much because I want them to kind of figure it out on their own, try to work through some of that. But there was a point in the fall, I'm like, all right, guys, here's the scout. Like, this is what you got to be looking for because they just owned us. And I'm like, I don't want to lose my job or anything here. Like, we just weren't performing well. And so I was freaking out a little bit. I'm like, all right, this is what we have to do. When this pitcher's here, you got to. So I started doing that towards the end of fall, which I usually never do. But one thing you said, it's a staff. It is truly a staff. There's so many different arsenal pitches that they have that can pair so well off of each other. And I think that's a big thing, is them understanding and kind of shifting the mindset. Like, I don't need you to go 7 innings with 12 strikeouts and a shutout. Like, that is so not realistic nowadays. If you can give me 2 innings, the next kid can give me 2 or 3, man, we can have someone close it out. Boom, there you go. That's the staff right there. And so being able to put a Lily Fay in an environment of a start against Florida, top 5 team in the country, and she threw some good pitches, and they're good hitters. And man, that experience is going to help them going forward, because at the end of the day, you're playing for May and June. The things and the lessons that you learn now is only going to help you going forward. You win the conference, man, that's incredible. That's great. But if you win the conference and don't go to the World Series, man, you feel like you just didn't have a great season, So the ability to be able to put all these different pitchers in different situations and step up, like Reese Berline didn't have a ton of opportunities early in the season. And credit to her, she was an incredible teammate first. She was an incredible teammate. She was very positive, where she could easily go down the road of being negative. She didn't. She stayed positive, got her opportunity, and performed, and then gets another opportunity. Cam Harrison has had a lot of opportunities and performed well. Sailor Timmerman grew up at Alabama. That was awesome to see. And then you have a Burnham that's continuing to get healthy and going to continue to get better throughout the year. And then you have Lexi King that's always ready to go. Hope I didn't miss anyone. I don't miss anyone, right, Hunter? And then
I think you got
obviously got Robin, who she's the ace. She's the one that people prepare for the most. And what's great about having the staff is, man, if you just prepare for one pitcher, you got a whole army coming after you too. And so it's been really cool to see not only them bond and grow, but continue to work hard and continue to trust each other and really have each other's backs as the season has progressed, which we're going to need because we have a lot of more tough competition ahead. So it's been really cool to see them continue to grow as a group.
That is a perfect tee up for my final question, because you've got Auburn this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday series, and then a road trip to Mississippi State, and then a road trip to Oklahoma. And so I want to ask the question that I'm sure the chat is wondering, because they're all talking about everything under the sun. What is the Gasso family group chat like when Arkansas and Oklahoma face off? Is it silent? Is it more active? What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I've said this a couple times. When I was at Utah, they used to talk a little more ball with me. Now being at Arkansas, it's like not much at all, which is a good sign. That means, we're doing something good. I mean,
yeah.
But it's very fun. It's competitive. We're gonna talk smack all the time. That's just how we operate. But yeah, if I'm asking, hey, can I help on this? What do you think this? Figure it out.
You're going to have to scout Auburn yourself. Sorry.
I didn't have help growing up. All right, fine. Which, granted, at the end of the day is going to help me be a better coach, right? It's going to help me learn and be better as the years to go. But there's times where it's like, come on, like we're blood, we're family, like help me out a little bit. I'll help you out. I do it all the time like that. So, but no, once it's the family group chat will probably be coordinating when the families can see each other, how that happens, because in this job, in this profession, man, the spouses sacrifice so much. And so I can't thank my wife enough for everything she does for our family and our kids. Andrea Harrison, I guess so. I have her as Harrison on my phone still. Pickles.
So do I.
She is an absolute warrior. You know what she does for their family. And then the softball husband hero, my dad. I mean, he's the mecca of them, I guess, right? Like just everything that they do off the field. It's the reason why we're able to spread joy to others, be able to live out our passions, to continually empower young female student athletes. It's because of them. And so I think that they should get the flowers, they should get the recognition, but being able to have everyone together when we don't have a ton of time to spend during the spring season, I think that's what's really cool about being able to play them, is that we all get to see each other. But
That's
we
awesome.
won. So I didn't want to put that in there. When we get in the lines, it's time to go. Let's go.
It's done. I don't know you.
We one more. I want to just put up one question from the chat because I know we said one more, but this is from Fang. Patty accused you of heckling her at third base during last year's series. Is that true?
Absolutely, it's true. Absolutely. Because I'm trying to get in her head. You know, if I have her thinking about me, she's not going to think about throwing the runner. She had this little sign of like a little late sign she does with steals. I said, well, that's not going to work this weekend. I can see it. That was early. And then she's tried to do it again. Like I was going to call it out. I'm like, come on, you taught me too well, you know? So yeah, she never, you know, she's the GOAT. People are like intimidated by her, and I'm not, because that's my mom at the end of the day. And so I love her, and that's what makes it fun, you know, being that little competitive, chirpy side. It's fun because that's how we were raised. We used to play Uno, and we yell at each other. It's like, so like talking crap, all this and that. My dad has a number one trophy that he'd bring out and be like, oh, like just, you know, show off. And so that's just how we play. That's how we live. So that's just what we do. And that's what makes it fun. You know, that little chirp, that little competitive piece, and trying to go win. I mean, that's what it comes down to. So if there's a little jabber between our family on the side, that means we're having fun more than anything.
I love it. I love it. DJ Chris Collinsworth Gasso with us on Good Morning Softball America.
That's a first, right?
That's right. And we will keep that. We'll have that on your nameplate next time. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and talking about the Razorbacks and this fantastic start to conference play and a 30-5 start to the season. Best of luck this weekend against Auburn, and I will hunt you down at the SEC tournament and shake your hand. I'll find you.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me on. You guys are doing an incredible job. I am a listener. When I'm scouting, I am listening to you guys. So
love it.
Awesome. Thanks, DJ.
Thanks DJ. Guys. Oh, man.
Uno, the secret sauce.
So great. I mean, can you imagine the battles?
Let's just like a camera crew one day.
I know.
Uno.
I mean, the battles in that family, and just so great. I love DJ.
He's the best. That was fun.
Yeah.
He did do one walk by in Tuscaloosa, and I waved at him, and he waved at me. But whenever we get over to the dugout, it's often very much like we got to talk to the head coach, and we're talking to Coach Teifel, and Coach Gasso's off warming up people, and so sometimes the windows are not as much there as we would like, but it was good to see him from a distance and to have him on the show.
I know. And, you know, I got to spend some time with DJ at the NFCA at our talk with Lincoln Martin and Nate Headley and Roderick Thompson. By the way, if you haven't listened to that hitting talk, it's up on Spotify and Apple. It is up as a podcast. So I don't know if it's up on YouTube. Is it up on YouTube as well?
No, we didn't tape it.
Just a podcast. Okay.
Yeah.
So make sure you listen to that. Some really good stuff in that, but just got to spend some time with him and hang out. And oh man, what a good dude. And I can imagine that you just listen to, you know, how his philosophy, his coaching philosophy. And, you know, there's a reason Arkansas is in the position they're in. Not only have good pitching, but they can hit. And that's why I was looking at their SEC stats. Gray, I know that you're all about this, and they're doing well in the SEC.
Well, I mean, let's just real quick. What time is Marissa Young? She 11:30?
5 minutes, yeah.
Okay. Then let's real quick just talk about the series as it was, because it was impressive what Arkansas was able to do. 6-2 in game 1, jumped all over the Florida Gators, jumped all over Keegan Rothrock. Game 2, Florida made the statement first, and then Arkansas did come back. I mean, this game was sideways for a while. Arkansas made it 7-6. Then Florida put up a 5-spot late to win it 12-6. And then game 3, Florida gets out to the big lead. You wonder, is this kind of a repeat of what we saw last night? And Arkansas got the home run from Carly Davison and the home run from Dakota Kennedy. And I really think the story to me was Sailor Timmerman just pitching her guts out. And Coach Gasso's right. Like we saw in Tuscaloosa when Sailor Timmerman was kind of pressed a little bit more into duty, when Robin Herron wasn't as available. And she pitched outstanding. She really, I thought, was one of the biggest stories of that weekend from Arkansas. And she came in on Sunday and threw extremely, extremely well. And that's big. That's big that not only do you have Robin Herron, who also, by the way, threw a really good game on Friday in this series, but now you've got a number 2, along with Peyton Burnham also, who's shown a lot this year, that really solidifies not just the entirety of the staff, and it's a very good overall staff, but now you've got multiple go-to arms, and that's crucial once we get to postseason.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you take a look at just when you say multiple pitchers available for the Razorbacks, they've got, loads of pitchers that have innings that are under 50, under 40 each, I believe, in terms of innings pitched. So you're saving some arms there. And again, in an SEC schedule that is not easy. Face Georgia, face Bama, just face Florida, like you said, Auburn, Mississippi State, at OU, Mizzou, and then end at Texas. So this is not an easy slate by any means for the Razorbacks. And just, I think this weekend for them and that team is going to be very pivotal in this win over Florida. Gritty win, like you said, Gray, and I think something that they can build upon for the rest of SEC play.
Couldn't agree more. But enough about the SEC.
Yeah, I know.
Enough.
I'm trying to get through it.
Let's go to the Atlantic Coast Conference, where this weekend we saw some bonkers stuff. We saw Florida State sweep Clemson. We saw Cal and Notre Dame play at like 7 a.m. Central Time on Sunday, and then a doubleheader. And we saw a heck of a series between, it was early, was it not? It was crazy
not
early.
7. I feel like that's a little bit.
It was
an exaggeration.
I woke up and they were in the 6th innings. Like, my goodness, what? Anyway, maybe the most entertaining series of the weekend though was Duke and Stanford. I mean, this was a blast. Duke wins 2-3. Game 3, it like 17-14, all the home runs, all the 7th inning magic that you could ever want. And the head coach of the Duke Blue Devils, Marissa Young, is with us on Good Morning Softball America. Coach Young, how are you? Good to see you.
I'm good. Still recovering.
So are we. Oh my goodness. If we feel this way, we can't even imagine how you feel. So let's start there. What a wild end to this series. I know I was texting Brady back and forth, and I said, listen, if Duke has the bats to end this game, I feel really, really good about it. Even down multiple runs, I was like, I felt really good. So for you, how do you manage those up and downs and then ultimately get that W on Sunday?
I think this team continues to show that they are never out of it. We had a similar comeback at Georgia Tech on Friday at their series. Obviously, we have some pitching woes that we're going through right now, but what I love is that the offense continues to respond. They have their back. And this team just, they fire each other up and find a way to get the job done.
I love it. I have to ask about my girl, Layla Lamar, your literal girl, your daughter, Layla Lamar, who I got to see this summer in the FGCL and got to know, and just like an absolute rock star. And then she's brought it to the lineup for you this year, hitting .404, 26 RBIs, a couple home runs in the game yesterday. I guess it's a 2-part question. A, just as a coach, what is it that Layla's doing, swinging it so well? And then B, how proud of her are you as a mom to watch her come to this new university and be thriving.
Yeah, it's been great to see her journey, her evolution. Her freshman year was really tough on her, and her determination to go play in the summer league and, get the reps in and prepare herself for the following year was really key and pivotal. But she's really settled into our culture, bought into, how we operate here. And she's put in so much work and hours with Coach Taylor to really retool her swing a little bit. And she's embracing her mindset and trusting herself. And so I love to see that. And obviously it's been really important and impactful in our offense to have someone like that in the lineup. With the power she's had and consistency, she's drawing her walks when she needs to. And on the mom side of it, it's just utter joy, a lot of stress. Like my heart rate goes through the roof every time she steps in the box. But I love being able to be there for the moments that I missed, last year. And, seeing her continue to evolve and grow and have so much fun with her teammates who she's played travel ball with. And just watching her, build the relationships she has with her coaches and her teammates here has been really special.
And when you talk about obviously being a mom, Jelena, you were able to see the Bruins in Clearwater. You had a great Clearwater Duke with wins over Texas A&M, LSU, Oklahoma State. But I know that you were there all day at the field and then were there late for a late night game to watch UCLA. What has that been like when you're able to also watch her play and be in the same place as her?
Yeah, I mean, same nerves, it's your baby. They're that freshman learning curve of trying to figure things out. You want them to be successful. And I just want her to know that I'm there for her, even though I can't be, at every game. I was able to sneak away. They played a Monday night game at Rutgers. So my husband and I flew there to catch that game on Monday, our off day. And, just be able to take her to breakfast, have a little pep talk through her mindset and her hitting plan. And, just love seeing the success that she's having and being so comfortable and at home at UCLA.
That's awesome. Well, and we got to talk about Amina Vega and Deanna Jennings and what the rest of this lineup is doing for you. Amina Vega, and I know that, we've talked about her many, many times over the years, but the hard plays that she makes look easy at second base is truly remarkable. How would you describe the impact that she has had on your program throughout her career and how she's been able to, even though she started great, get better each and every season?
Yeah, she is a quiet thunder. And I think, she is so consistent. And as you said, the plays that she makes look easy. She's a human highlight reel, an absolute web gem on that side of the field, taking away so many hits, which, really helps the pitching staff. But she does it with ease. And the joy that she has in playing the game is infectious to everybody around her. She's probably one of the best to wear the uniform. And, I think she set this standard really high. And I think that she also does a really great job of mentoring and guiding the younger players in the program. And I've found myself at times already thinking about what it's going to be like when she's not over there. And I'm really just trying to stay in the moment because, she does so much for us defensively, the leadership on the field, but then also, she's tremendous at the plate in that 2-hole for us as well.
And last one for me, 10-2 in the ACC, really hitting your stride right now. And, we talked about the pitching staff and managing some pitching woes. But when you look at the position that you're in conference play, what has that message been to the team heading into playing Virginia this weekend?
Yeah, I think it shows us that we don't have to be perfect to have success. And so I hope that mindset frees them up to relax, to trust their stuff and continue to play their version of Duke softball. And I think that this is a very dynamic and electric group. And as long as we, continue to trust our offense and play good defense, we give ourselves a chance to win ball games.
It's fantastic. I'm going to give you a chance to brag about the conference as a whole because, we've seen this year, I think the ACC across the board level up, and there have been a couple teams who've gone through some struggles, but for the most part, you're seeing the bottom of the conference play better softball. Florida State's having a great year. Duke is having a great year. What do you like about the way that the league is playing as a whole here in 2026?
Yeah, I think it is really bringing that awareness to the ACC, and teams like Virginia climbing the ladder, and Clemson's been there since they started the program. It just continues to elevate us as a whole. And I think it makes for an exciting season. We talk about how important it is to play consistently for those 24 games of our conference play. Beating a team 3 times is really tough, especially in this conference. So that has definitely been the challenge. And I look forward to our conference tournament, and then continuing to see more teams moving on to the NCAA tournament.
Oh, last thing, and then we'll let you go. Duke being the home of the Carolina Blaze. Yeah. How much are you looking forward? I mean, obviously you want to be playing at home as long as possible, all the way up until the World Series. But how much are you looking forward to that aspect coming to Durham here this summer?
I think it's incredible for our softball community here to be able to have a pro team. They've gotten behind Duke softball for the last few years in such a spectacular way. And for them now to see the next level of softball here is incredible. We had alumni weekend this weekend. And so Anna was back, obviously Jayla's back. I'm actually sitting here watching Anna take ground balls on the field as we speak. It's just great to have them at the next level, but being able to come back to Durham and call this home. And I just look forward to the community supporting them in a big way.
It's going to be awesome. I'm going to try and make one. Tara, should we road trip? Let's go.
Yeah, I'm in. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I've never been.
It's been years for me since I've been to Durham. I'd love to go back.
So maybe we need to go.
Lots of great food here.
And I'm sold.
I was like, she knows. If you say food, Gray is in.
That's it. Duke head coach Marissa Young with us on Good Morning Softball America. Coach, congratulations on a great weekend. Keep ripping it with this team, and we'll see you down the road.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome.
That is the Duke head coach Marissa Young here with us
she
on
said
Good Morning
food
Softball
and
America.
You were like, in.
She was like, we have great food. Oh, twist my arm. I'm in. No, but seriously, that's also the closest AUSL stadium for me. So
absolutely, road trip. We can maybe do a traveling show for AUSL.
Ooh, should we go ahead?
We're gonna do that last year. Didn't we say that?
I don't know.
Can you hear the beeping? I feel like I need to.
I heard a train, and I was pretty sure that was
not
you.
me. No,
no
train.
Oh,
well, there's some beeping. Can you hear it? Do I need to shut the window?
It's fine.
Okay. All right.
So should we tell the people? So unless your plans have changed, Tara and I are going to do some things this weekend, content wise. Why is that, Tara?
Well, it is Texas, Alabama weekend. Is it? Is that what's happening?
I believe so.
It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, correct?
Yes. Happy Easter to us all. Yes. Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
So the only thing that might detour is Miles, just Miles. He had surgery, but I think we're good. Oh. I'm gonna, I think we're good to go.
Okay.
But
well,
yes, we are gonna do the things.
Yes, I gotta get the place cleaned up.
Yeah.
Mindy left it a mess, so I gotta make sure. I'm just kidding.
Mindy. Oh my goodness.
I'm kidding. Nicole did wonderfully. I need to clean my kitchen. Anyway, what about? All right. So, do you want to go 3 big things before Sydney Stewart comes on?
Sure.
Sorry, I'm still under the weather, but we're getting there. We'll do some live shows this weekend, and it'll be fun. Yeah. Okay, 3 big things. I know I said let's stop talking about the SEC. We're going right back to the SEC because this weekend was absolute chaos. It was. This week was chaos. Which series do you want to go first? Do you want to talk about Texas and Texas A&M? Do you want to talk about OU, LSU, Ole Miss? Where do you want to start?
Let's just start from the top. What's on the rundown?
Okay, first up, I've got Texas taking the series against Texas A&M. A lot of y'all in the chat have already been talking about all the goings-ons in Austin. 2 one-run victories for Texas to start the series and a Texas A&M 2-run victory in Game 3. The trend remains that our friend Amanda Scarborough cannot broadcast a normal Texas A&M game. It has to be weird and chaotic and close, and that's what we got. I think one of my biggest takeaways was the way that Texas kept punching back after A&M would throw punches. I thought A&M played very well. I thought they had a clear plan against Tegan Caban, and they executed it pretty flawlessly. and Texas just kept hitting back. And they even hit back to the tune of 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th in game 3. Like, it was really, really a fun series that Texas won. But, I mean, just outstanding entertainment all weekend long. Here's Amanda. Oh, and you know what? Amanda, I'm okay with Duckgate. I think you ducked properly. That one was coming in with velocity. You're not catching it.
Those that haven't seen the video, you need to go and check out the video of Matt and Amanda, the foul ball that almost hit Matt and Amanda. But the craziest part is what Amanda sent me this morning is the ricochet that almost gets Matt on the way back out of the booth. So it was wild in Austin. Vivi Martinez, I mean, her back for the Texas Longhorns has been just incredible.
Yeah.
What was for me even though Texas A&M lost the series, they hit 360 on the weekend against Texas. So if you're Trisha Ford, you've got to feel really, really good about your offense and what they're doing. And again, I do think they're starting to figure it out in the circle. So for the Aggies, I know you lost the series, but I think you've got to feel good about that. And again, Coach Mike White, I love that move of shuffling the dirt on the plate. I don't know if you saw it, Gray, but I love that move. It cracks me up. It's cracking up. I mean, the strike zones are the size of a red Solo cup. I will say that across the country.
It's this Post-it.
I mean, it's less than this coffee cup, but I mean, I know he's trying to fire his team up, and he's probably quite mad too. Kiwis, they've got those tempers, and then the broken windshield too.
Iconic
as well.
Shout out to the camera guy who worked his way out of a stadium to go get that shot.
Yes, I mean, it was. And then even the Longhorn, I texted Amanda. I was saying, Amanda, you need to ride in on a Longhorn for game 3 because there was a man on a Longhorn riding on the outside of the stadium. It was wild. But back to the softball. Sorry, everybody. I mean,
no, I just did Amanda. What did Amanda say?
So entertaining. I don't even know how you would go about trying to ride a Longhorn. Like it's beyond me. I'm not from Texas, right? Like I don't get that. But yeah, no. What a series. And Texas getting it done. That offense is so scary. It really is. And then Reese and Katie Stewart going back to back in the 7th there. And you're thinking, is Hannah Wells going to hit this thing out too? It's just they've got so many weapons, and it is hard to beat a team 3 times. And Texas does always have that fight. But yeah, what a series in Austin.
Katie Stewart and Reese Atwood back-to-back twice this week.
Crazy.
Because don't forget about the Texas State midweek where that game was in doubt. And Atwood and Stewart did what they do. I mean, I can't wait to start deep diving into film for this weekend. Like, it's going to be so much fun. And that Texas lineup is so balanced and well-rounded. And I thought also like the Hannah Wells threw very well this weekend too. And they got Tegan. It was not her best weekend statistically. She, threw some good pitches in game 2, but the rest of the staff held down fairly well. And I think it's going to be fun. I can't wait. It was a great series, just a great series.
And so much. I know we're still on this, and then Leanne Good and Reese Atwood getting a golden ticket as well. Like what a weekend in Austin. I mean, incredible. Just, and the 4th, we've had 4, right? Tickets?
4. Nyjah, Reese Atwood, Leanne Good, and our next guest, Sydney Stewart.
Oh yeah. Wait.
She's not here yet, but
she's not here yet. I was like, wait, but she's arriving. She's arriving. We've got some time.
Yeah, we got some more time. Okay, next on the rundown was Oklahoma LSU.
Whew.
This was fun.
Very fun.
Yes. OU wins game 1 in extras, 3-2.
By a hair. The rundown. I mean, honestly, you take a look at that, and LSU should have won game 1.
Yeah. But hey, there are errors that whether they're actual errors or mental errors, there are errors that you can't make. If you're trying to beat a top 5 team, that's one of them. Game 2, Jaden Heavner masterclass. She was outstanding. 3-1 victory for the Tigers. And then game 3, OU said, enough of this foolishness. We're going to pound the ball into oblivion. And to LSU's credit, they kept hanging around. They did not go away in that game. But Miley Wachenio was really, really good. Got big strikeouts when she had to get them and had 11 on the day. And I think we just saw toughness from both sides. This is probably the best I've seen LSU look in a few weeks in moments. And Oklahoma, the pitching was really, really good this weekend. I know it took a little bit for the offense to go, but OU pitching held the Tigers down. And now that's 2 straight weekends where we've seen the OU pitching staff make some moves. And that is a very, very good sign. And of course, the best sign of all is that Jen Rocha was back, which was awesome. And it was great to see her on the field and with a clean bill of health. That was fantastic news. And it's so big for them, but also big for the sport and just great for humanity that Jen Rocha is back with the team, back on the field, and all is well.
I know. I think that we all just breathed a collective sigh of relief just seeing her go out to the circle and talk to her pitchers and just her energy and just to have her back in the game and just see her standing next to Coach Gasso just makes your heart warm. But I was so impressed with Kylie Edwards this past weekend. I mean, the Tigers, which that offense started pretty slow and there were a lot of question marks. And I will say that they're starting to hit their stride. And a lot of that has to do with Kylie Edwards. And she's knocking the ball out of the park. When you talk about Miley Wachenio, I really thought that she did a nice job mixing in the off speed. She really kept them off time and really disrupted the timing of OU's hitters. I think we saw Kendall Wells hitting the ball on the outer half and down in the zone. So those that were worried about that, I hope that she's solved that question for you. And again, just an offense. Isabella Emmerling, her emergence this year in the box for the Sooners has been so huge. And I've been so impressed with Emmerling and her approach at the plate. And I think it was a good weekend for both sides, actually, Gray. And I think you hit the nail on the head. LSU's offense is coming around, and I think they're starting to figure some things out in the circle. And then as well as Oklahoma, that offense has really carried them, but you're starting to see the pitching staff really dial it in. So it was a fun series. It was a great series to watch.
Another very similar to Arkansas, Florida. Atmosphere was awesome. Level of play was awesome. It was good. It was fun. It was good, fun softball. And now we get to talk about I didn't see this coming. Ole Miss. Ole Miss. I mean, look, we'd said this. I've said this on Out of the Box for like 3 weeks. I'm like, Ole Miss plays hard. Like they play hard and they will be in multiple games because they play hard. And I hadn't seen it lead to a win yet because they were playing top 5 teams and those top 5 teams weren't making a ton of mistakes or not cashing in on all their opportunities. Well, guess what? Ole Miss played hard and it led to a series win at Tennessee. And the Rebels kept applying pressure and Tennessee cracked a couple times. They got the walk-off in game 3, but that was a game where Tennessee was up comfortably and then boom, a 3-run homer by the freshman, and all of a sudden we're looking around like, is Ole Miss about to sweep Tennessee and Knoxville? Tennessee really struggling with runners in scoring position. What do you think of this series? Because this was like one of the bigger series result surprises I can remember in a long time.
A couple things. First, I want to just give props to Kyra Aycock. I think
Emily Boyer too,
and Emily Boyer, both of them, and again, you talked about Ole Miss and they're scrappy. And I remember speaking to Jamie Traxel before the season even started. And she's like, we're just going to have to find ways to win. And I think that's what Ole Miss does. I think there's a concern with Tennessee's offense. Now, again, I want to remind people sometimes offenses go into a lull and kind of you got to pick the bats up and shake them around and maybe throw them down the dugout and then they come back. But also, it is starting to be a little bit of a concern. And I think there was a real energy shift when Pickens got hurt. Newer came in, Marjetko came in, they were throwing well. And then when she came back, I don't know, I think there was a lot of pressure there with a win streak. But again, if you're Karen Weekly, these are those teachable moments for you and your coaching staff to get your team playing at its best towards the end of conference play and into the postseason. Just so many arms and weapons in the circle shouldn't be an issue. It's figuring out how to manufacture runs. And Gabby Leach has been spectacular for Tennessee. It's just figuring out who else is going to step up, like you said, Gray, in those moments with runners in scoring position.
Okay, SEC, enough. Out of the box, we'll have more. Listen there. Let's talk about maybe the best, my favorite series of the weekend, because it actually lived up to the hype. UCLA Nebraska was awesome. Awesome. Nebraska wins the series 2-3, or 2-1 in 3. You know what I mean? Alexis Jensen, Jordy Fromm pitched outstanding. Jordy Fromm hitting tanks all day, every day. Alexis Jensen hitting tanks all day, every day. UCLA had a scary moment in game 2 where Megan Grant got hit, but she came back. It looks like she's okay. Jordan Woolery was fantastic. Like, this is just a really, really good series. And if you're Nebraska, you're solid now. You're number 2 in the RPI. You've won a lot of the big games that you've played. You don't have anything as big as this the rest of the regular season. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but unless they just bottom out, Nebraska's going to host a super regional. Like, this is going to happen. And if you're UCLA, this probably just feels like a missed chance.
Yeah, and again, this has to do with the pitching staff and Nebraska's pitching staff. We talked about this last week, and again, just so impressed with Alexis Jensen. Her off-speed curve, her ability to tunnel pitches is just so hard to pick up. And then her paired with Jordy, so you're having tough time picking up the lefty, and then Jordy comes in and she's going down and up with an off-speed. I just think what the Huskers have done in the circle, and then now, I mean, even on offense, we've talked about this offense. I can't see them not hosting a super. And to have 4 home runs on Sunday, Jordy, Alexis Jensen, Jordy Fromm, Ava Kuzak, and Hannah Kamenson. I just, again, there's so many weapons and tested themselves early. I think when Rhonda Revelle looked at this schedule, they have been tested early and often, and that is a battle-tested squad that is showing and really getting to a point in the season where you're like, wow, that's a tough team. Like, that, you don't want to face Nebraska right now just because of all those weapons. And I think there's a lot of that as Jordy's leadership too. And then Hannah Core, I know just the addition of her and what she's been able to do, not only on the field, but as a leader. So tough series for the Bruins, but it's tough when Taylor's got to throw that many innings and playing from behind. But I don't get worried about the Bruins either. It's just going to figure out what they're going to do come postseason and tournament play and who's in their regional.
Yeah, no, I do think this weekend, though, for UCLA kind of showed them what we've all been saying. Like, if they needed proof of concept in some of these big games, they're going to have to win a shootout. And I think in game 1, it took the offense a little bit. Like, it took them a little bit too long to really generate. They only had the 1 run for a while, and then Nebraska scored 2. I think game 3's a little similar. They struck early, and then it took them a little bit too long to kind of get back in the fight, and that allowed Nebraska to go up 8-2. And they're just gonna have to score like 6 or 7, maybe 8 runs to win a game against a top 10 team. That's just how it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's very similar to Duke, right?
Yeah.
And the ERA on Duke's pitching staff, even compared to UCLA, is much higher. And I think the Bruins you're right. I think it's going to have to be a shootout. You're going to have to see more run production. I think Nebraska did a really nice job against Jordan Woolery and Megan Grant keeping the ball in the yard. And that is going to be something that the Bruins have to do. That offense is going to have to continue to score runs every inning, which they can do. They can do. So just a tough weekend, but we'll see how everything kind of manages to shake out in the Big Ten.
I also got it real quick. I know I brought this up, I think Wednesday, maybe Monday, but the record that we said that was going to go is gone. Shout out to Kendall Wells, who tied the SEC single season home run record at 26, and I reckon that she will break that probably in the next 4 days. Right?
Yeah.
Do they play a midweek? If they play a midweek, she'll break it then. That's my projection. So shout out to Kendall Wells, Bailey Hemphill, and Mia Davidson.
Yeah.
Good work, and thank you for holding on all these years.
And even Rhonda. Did Jordy surpass Rhonda's record as well? That
yes,
graphic
she did.
Was incredible. I don't know if you guys saw the graphic with Rhonda Revelle pitching. Incredible. And Jordy on there as well. So congrats there to Jordy breaking her coach's record.
Good stuff.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you, Wichita State. Oh my gosh, you kidding? Those games every year are like 20-15. I mean, absolutely, Kendall Wells is breaking the record this week. 100%. Yes. Was it 2 years ago, the Oklahoma Wichita State game, that I think the final score was like 21-18 or something?
Was it in Wichita?
Yeah, it was.
Yes. At Wichita State.
I was calling a midweek that was like 3-1, and we were just constantly looking at updates. And more records. Fang, you beat me to it. Lonnie Alameda got to 1,000 wins this weekend as Florida State.
It's next on the list.
Sweeps Clemson. Florida State, Issa Torres doing the thing. She continues to be currently the toughest out in the sport. And I mean, they're so relentless in these ACC series. They just know how to win. And Clemson actually played well at times. But Florida State just keeps on trucking. And I thought they pitched very well this weekend too, against a Tigers team that had seemed like they were, starting to mount a comeback. They got the run rule of South Carolina in the midweek, and Florida State just kind of owned them on their field.
Yeah. And again, we talked a lot about the freshman class for Florida State, and there were question marks from a lot of people whether or not they were going to be able to, make an impact their first year for Florida State. And I think that those questions again have been answered. And I just, Florida State is playing really great softball. A lot of that has to do with Issa Torres. It got Jasoni Beecham, I think, having Hart back, and again the influx of Heller had some really good at bats. Hind is I think they've got a really good thing going on right now. And we talk about the culture at Florida State, and Reed came in and threw some solid innings behind Jazzy Frantic as well, so I think that's a really good sign. So again, I really like the way that Coach manages that pitching staff and keeps their innings low and keeps the looks for opposing batters and hitters low, and really works to minimize how many times a hitter sees a pitcher. So just rolling and firing all cylinders, that offense and in the circle.
Yeah, another Oklahoma. I need to retroactively 1,600 wins for Patty Gasso. I believe the Beth 600 happened. And we talked about it on Wednesday. Yeah. But yeah, all these milestones. Look at you, coaches. Keep winning. We love to see it. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
I'm trying. All right. So Sydney Stewart will be joining us in a moment. I'm seeing if there's anything else we need to talk about.
She's just finishing up training room. So I think she'll be here in a couple of minutes.
Okay. Was there any hot topic, hot goss that we haven't gotten to?
Some questions from the people.
Okay, sure.
I mean, I know we do Q&A on Wednesday, but let's have at it. You guys want to hear from Sydney Stewart, so we'll take your questions in the chat. We can talk about the top 25 that just was released. If you
let's do that. Let's do a little bonus Q&A while we wait for Sydney Stewart. Also, pitcher rankings and catcher rankings are on the site, and mid-major rankings.
Oh wait, I've got all kinds of notes on that. Yeah, we can talk about that. Stock up, stock down.
Yeah. Top 20
questions.
Yeah, top 25, just real quick. Here's the top 10. 1 Texas, 2 Texas Tech, 3 Oklahoma, 4 Alabama. Means it's a top 4 weekend at Rhodes. Come watch Gray and Tal on the TV Thursday. 5 Nebraska, 6 Arkansas, 7 Florida, 8 Florida State, 9 UCLA, 10 Georgia. By the way, Beth and Michelle will also be here this weekend. So, oh, and another one. Talons hired Cindy Ball Malone this morning.
That's right. That was announced, correct?
Yeah. I mean, it was announced this morning. It probably happened weeks ago. But yes, Cindy Ball Malone is the new head coach for the Utah Talons.
Yeah, congratulations there. Marshall beat Texas State. They're 5-1 in the Sun Belt. Won the series over Texas State. It was a 2-1 win for the rubber match, and Morgan Zirkle's got the herd going pretty well.
Sun Belt race is weird.
Yes. Well,
because you got Becky and South Al just hanging out over here. Becky Clark. You've got ULM sweeping Louisiana this weekend. So Molly Fichtner's got the Warhawks right on the cusp of the Sun Belt standings. They're 6-3 in the league. The Sun Belt's is fun this year.
Yep. And then let's see what else is happening. GCU is 9-0. Play Nevada. Belmont. Our girl Maya Johnson, #1 in the pitchers rankings. Also, Gray did say it. Go take a look at the pitchers rankings and the catchers rankings. They're up on the site as well as the mid-major rankings. Yeah. Anything else you got there?
Well, I saw Fang's question about the top 25, which made me laugh.
Oh, I didn't see it. I was looking at my notes. What did he say? Somebody did yell at us about OU.
Yeah, the top 25 was weird this week.
It
voting.
was hard.
Yeah, because how do you rationalize which losses this week kind of bump teams down more? I think that I was surprised at how many people were in the mentions about Tennessee this morning, where I think that was a pretty clear pick of the 3 teams that lost the series, Florida, UCLA, and Tennessee. Like, here's who's out of a top 10. It's the one that lost at home to an unranked team. That's the one that's popping out. Thoughts on Mike White's ejection?
I liked it.
I thought it was funny.
I thought it was fun.
I'll probably ask him about it on the coach call if Beth and Michelle don't.
I like it. And he's just trying to get his money's worth. I didn't see exactly what he was saying, but he's still hot. Walking in the dugout as he's walking out, and he turns around and he's yelling something. I mean, get your money's worth. I love the dirt on the home plate, though. I don't know. It makes me. I'm still laughing about it. Just seeing him shuffle the dirt and covering the plate. It's too much.
Yeah. No, that was the right way to go. If you're going to do it, do it.
If only he tried to pick up third base.
Well,
it's hard to get the plate up. The thing's in there.
Locked in there.
You would think of the strike zone, you could be able to see it. Oh my goodness. We went over the strike zone in our rules. Our summer rule book club. We went over the strike zone, and it's a 3-dimensional zone.
Yeah.
Right?
Any part of the ball that touches that 3-dimensional zone is a strike.
Ugh. Any other questions that you guys have while we're waiting for?
Oh, thanks, Julie. I don't have a problem with the top 25. I think y'all got it right.
That's a nice comment.
Fang, Bama needs to have in between inning kicking dirt on the plate contest.
That's so good.
I'm gonna send that to marketing. No, we won't do that.
Yeah, I mean, the only other question that somebody on X said, any other week these pollsters would have fallen over themselves to drop Oklahoma. But since their precious Longhorns lost, they couldn't. Oh my God, I have never described Texas as precious.
All right, so I'm gonna tell let's a little peek behind the curtain.
Oh.
for Gray's life.
Oh.
I think we've gone over this. We talked about this last week with Trisha Ford, that I'm part Aggie. Half of my blood, my entire mom's side of the family, all went to A&M. My grandfather, his doorbell is the Aggie War Hymn. And if you told him that his grandson was accused of loving the precious Texas Longhorns, I think he would drive here and wring my neck. So there's nothing pro anybody when we vote in this. But I don't understand why this is a constant thing, and why people on Twitter seem to think we pick different teams to love when we vote. Maybe we just like everyone, and we like when they play good softball.
Oh man, look at the chats going on about Oregon. How about the drop dead time in Oregon Northwestern? I got a message about that. They had a drop dead. What was it? Down. Let me get the exact play. Drop dead time in Rosemont, 5 minutes from the airport. Anyways, they're playing at Rosemont. Tying run on with 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Oregon did make a pitching change, but they needed to. It wasn't like it wasn't to actually stall. And then the drop dead time elapsed, and so Oregon won that game. It was a little wild. There are drop dead times.
Yeah,
travel has been crazy, but I believe it was on a Saturday.
It was on a Saturday, and I don't know. We could start the game early. Again, did y'all see what time Notre Dame Cal started? However, I also understand these, like, the stadium is 5 minutes from O'Hare. Have y'all seen the TSA lines? I don't care. Trying to travel with a softball team right now is
impossible.
It's impossible. I mean, our friends at Jacksonville State, they were telling us to fly to Miami to take on FIU this weekend. They were leaving at 3 a.m. for like a 9:30, 10 o'clock flight, because they couldn't risk it with TSA. So again, could we have adjusted the game start time to be more amenable to that? Probably. But I don't know. It is what it is. It's just kind of one of those things that stinks that it happened. It's not Oregon cheating. Both teams agree upon this before the game. And then once you get to that time, bada bing, bada boom, that's it. We all remember the incident a couple years ago with Texas and Kentucky in Clearwater, when that drop dead time, where there was actually some gamesmanship going on, I would say. But
this was not that. I don't think this was that, to be honest.
No, this was not that. This was not that. I think this was just a game that ran long. And unfortunately, we hit that drop dead time at an inopportune spot.
It's all right. Let me get an update on Sydney. Sorry, you guys. Any other questions you've got in the chat? We're here. Let us know what other questions you have.
Oh, no, Cheyenne, you're good. Trust me. I got you.
Let's see here. Anything else that we've got on the website? Again, pitcher catcher rankings, stock up, stock down. Ooh, Louisville's on a 10-game winning streak.
Louisville.
I voted for Louisville in the top 25.
I did not, but they were my first team out.
No, keep an eye out there. I mean, got gritty, scrappy wins. Yeah. Anything else? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to see where Sydney is. I know we're just waiting for her to jump on here. So please give us your questions.
Yeah, ask us questions. I'll answer them. We will answer them.
She's on her way. Anything in there? Ooh,
Julie, who do y'all think gets the next golden ticket? Carlin Pickens is going to get one. The question is she next?
Yeah, I think Carlin Pickens. See, Nija, Atwood. Erickson's got to get one.
Amina Vega has to get one.
And, well, you think Amina Vega. Who else?
I like that question from Cheyenne.
Jordy Fromm, you would think?
Maybe. Mm-hmm. If she filled out the paperwork, then she'll do it.
Ooh, I love this one. I can't. How do you get rid of that one? Can I just click on this?
Yeah. Yes.
No, wait. That's not the one I wanted. That's why I don't run the machine.
Oh, I was going to answer this question real quick.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Go
We'll go
ahead.
there first. Home run total by postseason. Where are we now? 135?
By postseason? How many games do the SEC they have left?
Boy, asking me to do math while I'm ill is ferocious.
So there, I would think by the end of SEC tournament, I think they'll probably break, 160. What's the record? 161. Ooh, how about, will they break the record before the postseason? How many games do we got?
133
Okay.
is the current number, and you've still got 15 conference games and a couple midweeks.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be close.
It's going to be close. I think it'll be
It's going to be close.
I don't know if they're going to beat the record by the end of regular season.
Yeah.
I think they'll break the record in the postseason.
Because you got to look at the pitching staffs they're playing. It'll be Kentucky, and then Texas, Arkansas, and Georgia, and A&M. So back half, I think, better pitching that OU will see than front half of SEC play. But at the same time, they've been able to keep the pace pretty much. So I think it'll be close. I don't know if they beat it, but it'll be around there. What'd they say? I was doing math.
Somebody just said, I think umps should rank the teams since they see strikes so well. I don't know why I thought that was funny.
I heard you guys don't care for OU. Is that true? That's funny. Wonder if Louisville is close to the top 25. Yes. They were the first one out.
I voted for them this week.
So on the Out of the Box podcast, my first bracketology is coming this week. Cheyenne asks, who is your sneaky host, RN?
Who's your sneaky host? I like this question.
I'm thinking, I haven't done the profiles yet. But I still believe that Mississippi State is in a very, very good, I guess that's not sneaky, but I still believe that Mississippi State is in a very comfortable spot right now. I also think that that Duke is a lot closer than people realize to being in the hosting discussion, like comfortably in, which is amazing since the unofficial RPI had him in the 80s. 80s. Oh man, kicking it old school. Okay, enough of that. Thank you for your questions. We love all of you, but guess what? We have a Q&A show that you can.
I mean, I don't know, you guys. You like the Q&As on Mondays? I don't know. Well, we can.
No, well, today we were just doing it because we were standing by until our golden ticket legend can roll in, and she's here.
Oh, she's here.
She's here. I was transitioning to that.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Does she have it with her? We'll see. I don't know.
No, probably not.
Who's to say? But we do know that she has the honor of being one of the first 4 golden ticket people for AUSL. She is an absolute rock star, already north of 50 RBIs this year, already 13 home runs for the Arizona Wildcats, and one of the best dadgum players in the entire country. Ladies and gentlemen, Sydney Stewart. Hi, Sydney. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. Do you have the golden ticket with you, or where is it being stored right now?
Unfortunately, do not have it. I haven't even touched it. I don't think we're allowed to touch it, but I don't have it.
I've never gotten one, so I don't know.
Yeah, got to see it though. Looked super cool. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Amazing. Well, Sydney, what was that moment like for you with Jenny Finch there? And did you have any idea? And what was that like to just be standing there and receive a golden ticket?
It was surreal, seeing like Nija get it, seeing Reese get it, Leanne get it. It was super cool. And I was like, wait, like I wonder when, like if I'll get that moment. But having my family with me, having my teammates alongside me, my coaches, and then obviously seeing Jenny Finch walk out. I've never met Jenny. So it was super cool just to have the opportunity. Obviously, like in the video, you can see my face. I was super surprised, but it was just a really special moment, really emotional moment, but it was just a dream come true.
That's fantastic. And for it to come on the cusp of a great weekend,
Mhm.
great week for you and the team. You beat Grand Canyon earlier this week. You sweep Baylor. And I thought it was really, really great as well how during this whole ceremony, the Baylor team stayed out there too to kind of take it in. How special was that to kind of see how much everyone was really invested and involved in this ceremony that was centered around you?
It was really special. Baylor is a really cool team. Their coach is amazing. And my old teammate, Brooklyn Carter, is also on that team. So getting to kind of share that moment. We've been together since, freshman year at my previous school. And we were roommates my sophomore year. We still keep in touch with that whole class with Ruby Malin, Lana Johnson, Brooklyn Carter was in that class. So getting to share that moment with her was really cool too.
And Sydney, I want to ask you about your family. I know that there's a lot of athletes in the family with your mom and dad and your brother who plays baseball as well. Who's the best athlete in the family?
I would say me, but no, we're very, very, very competitive. We always go back to, we have our videos from when we were younger. We'd be playing wiffle ball outside, and my brother would be pitching to me, and I'd just hit nukes off of him. But no, it's just really special just to have them in my corner, and to be able to get advice from, my family, my dad, who was able to play in the big leagues too. It's just a blessing, honestly. I'm just so privileged to be able to have that support.
And this offense that you've got for Arizona, you're one of the big power threats, but Serenity Trice and Reagan Shockey, they are on base constantly. How much fun is it for you to be paired with players like Taylor Beal and all these others that are driving in Serenity and Reagan, and just being able to constantly put pressure on opposing pitchers?
It's so much fun. It's honestly, I think it's unfair to the other teams because you can't let down your guard at any point in our lineup. The 1-2 punch with Reagan and Serenity, and then following with Taylor, who's really stepped up her offensive game, and then also like acknowledging the bottom of our lineup too. They've really stepped it up, having Jenna Sniffen popping off these past 2 weeks. Telly Jennings really like stepping into her role and just trusting her stuff. And even like Addie Duke, she's been like a really, really just a staple for us. And it's just inspiring to see like people just putting in the work and having it pay off. Yeah.
And Sydney, I want to ask about your defense. And I think catchers, it's a really selfless position, and you got to manage a lot, and you got to manage a lot of personalities in the circle. And I believe you're at a point in your career where you're able to do that really, really well. And if you could give us some insight on how you manage and how you've been able to lead and really, what certain pitchers necessarily need or don't need from you, and how you've grown behind the dish.
It all starts with the relationships that you have with your pitchers, not just on the field, but also off the field. Are you checking in on them? Are you, spending time with them outside of just the bullpen space? And I think it's really cool to see, how Jalen Adams has stepped up too, as just a vet, and also combating that with Riley, our freshman, just, getting multiple perspectives. And I think it's just really cool how we bounce off each other, and we're just honest with each other. There's no sugarcoating. There's no, oh, like that was good, but I think you can do this a little bit better. It's just straight up. We're just straight up with each other on both sides. They make me so much better too, telling me I can get to certain pitches. I can frame that better. They see me working behind the plate. That just means so much, just having them acknowledge me as well.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this weekend at Hill and Brand, because you're not about to be at home for a while. You got you got at Iowa State, and then you're going to LSU, and then unless I'm missing something, then you go straight to Stillwater for 3 straight road weekends. That is quite the slate. What are you hoping that you and your teammates can accomplish besides obviously winning, but also certainly just intangibly playing those 3 straight weekends on the road?
I think understanding that the game's the game no matter where you play. It's the same game, and obviously the road, it's a test. We're playing some very good opponents, but at the end of the day, we just got to keep to our stuff, trust our stuff, and it's a good test. We scheduled these non-conference battles for a reason. These games, played Oklahoma early on, played Texas, played Stanford, and all those moments have prepared us for right now. Even just Big 12 as it is a really competitive conference. So we're ready, we're battle tested, and I think it's going to be a very good challenge for us, especially headed into postseason, just being tested like that.
And Sydney, last one from me. You just said this team is battle tested. If you couldn't pinpoint, what's the difference been this season compared to last season, and what are you seeing in this team?
I think it's just the grittiness. We always go back to just our roles and understanding our roles and not changing ourselves. We're not trying to be like, I'm not trying to bunt like Serenity bunts and slap like Serenity slaps, because obviously that's not in my toolbox, right? So just owning your strengths, and where you're not, as strong, that's where someone else is strong, so I think just bouncing off each other, and no matter who the opponent is, no matter if they have the big name, if they have all these accolades, no matter what, like, they still got to pitch the ball, you still got to play the game, you still got to swing the bat. So yeah.
All right, last thing, and then we'll let you go. What is your pregame playlist? What are you listening to get hyped up?
I'm from the Bay Area, so I love myself some E40. My walk-up song is Tell Me When to Go, so I always listen to that before the game, but I'm more of like a chill type of person before the game. I don't like to get too riled up because, I don't want like anxiety or anything, so sometimes I'll listen to some, Donny Hathaway, I'll listen to some Stevie Wonder before.
Ooh.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. I like it. Wait, what's Stevie Wonder song? Like all of them?
There's a bunch of them. Trying to think about a song I play. I kind of just let the playlist go.
Yeah.
But Donny Hathaway, I like Love, Love, Love is what it's called. That's a great one. Yeah. I like just to be chill before the game. Yeah.
I like it. I like it. Chill pregame, but a demon in the box. Sydney Stewart, your latest golden ticket winner for the AUSL draft. Sydney, congratulations on that. We can't wait to see where you go, and we can't wait to watch the rest of the season with you and the Arizona Wildcats. Thanks for hanging out with us.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Sydney Stewart hitting tanks and jamming to Donny Hathaway, Stevie Wonder.
Chill. I love it. She's so good.
She's fun.
Oh, how exciting. Golden ticket, being able to just be there with your teammates. And I love that there's an opportunity for these women to now play professionally, and that's so exciting. So congratulations to Sydney Stewart and the rest of the golden ticketers. Like,
shout out to Baylor for being like, hey, we just lost this series. We probably need to go, but we're going to stay here and watch this. And that's very cool. Very cool. And hopefully that's something that Coach Moore is saying, like, hey, and if you keep working, like, this can happen for you. I thought it was really nice. Really awesome.
Very classy.
Yes. Okay, what's on SA? Alert the people so we can go.
There's a lot on there. We got pitcher and catcher rankings, which you talked about. We've got, obviously, the top 25. We've got mid-major power rankings, stock up, stock down. Taking a look at what's happening throughout the season. We'll have rankings all this week, so make sure you keep an eye out on that. And I can see that you guys are talking in the chat about the Q&A and the interviews, so hopefully we can come to some sort of agreement on if we like the interviews on Mondays or if we want them on Wednesdays.
It seemed
Q&A.
mixed, so I don't know.
I know there's a big mix. Maybe we need to put out a vote because Brady was explaining it is more difficult for us to get players on Mondays, although we were able to get Sydney. So thank you, Katie Vick, the SID at Arizona. So But we do know that you guys do not want us to take the Q&A away, so we will not be taking it away.
Let me put up Cheyenne's comment, which is one of the greatest comments of all time. Take the Q&A from my cold, dead hands.
Oh, you love it. Okay, so we're keeping it. Oh, man, you guys are the best.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, whatever you want to do, whatever the people want. I'm pretty amenable. All I know is whatever we decide would at the earliest start next week, because Wednesday will be a full Q&A episode where we talk more top 25. If you have questions, make sure you get them in. We'll talk a little bit of bracketing, because I will have my first bracket packet ready and we can answer some questions and look at some profiles. And then we'll preview a massive weekend with probably a specific deep dive into Texas, Alabama. I will start the board tonight, and we'll have all the stats, all the facts, anything that you might want to know about Alabama, Texas. We will have that ready to go, plus some other big series that are coming up next week.
So many big series. We'll preview the weekend, you guys, on Wednesday.
I mean, Mississippi State at Florida, in Virginia.
Bracket packet party. They love the bracket packet parties.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Bracket packet party, mid to late April. We'll have like full bracket packet party episodes.
So fun to say bracket packet. It really is.
It is. I, however, am still getting over whatever happened to me yesterday that caused me to go missing.
You guys, I was really worried about Gray. I hadn't heard from him for like 8 hours, and that is so unlike Gray. And I called out a search party. I was like having people check his location. I didn't know if it was because Bama swept Auburn in baseball, and he was doing radio. I was like, can someone please check on Gray? Can I get a wellness check? I was worried, but he's here. And I'm so happy.
Fun fact, I was so ill that after, I don't know how I called a baseball game. Afterwards, I just sat on the ground for like 45 minutes. It was great.
And thanks for being here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go sit in front of a fan because
you need an IV. Go get an IV.
I don't hate that.
You need to go get an IV. We should, next time we should do, what is it? Super chats for Gray to get an IV.
I'll do a show at the IV place. Are you kidding me?
Bracket back and party at the IV place.
Yeah, I just, I need to like take some medication and be good to go, because I got to be good to go this weekend. Got to be good to go. Okay.
Will be.
I know. I'm just getting it out of the way now. Okay. Follow all the people. Have you liked this? No. Hurry.
I know. Have you guys got like the show, please? I feel like we were down on our likes last week. Maybe we didn't ask for any likes.
I didn't start at the top and say I'm begging for likes.
All right. We've hit that point. Thanks, you guys.
I agree. Thank you to Sydney Stewart. Thank you to Marissa Young. Thank you to DJ Gasso. Thank you to the folks in the chat.
Yes.
And I hope all is well with you. And we will be back Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central Time, 11 a.m. Eastern, and we'll answer all your questions. And by then, hopefully, I won't be dizzy. So we're going to do our best. For Tara Henry, I'm Gray Robertson. This has been Good Morning Softball America, brought to you by our friends at GoRout. Yeah. We'll see all of you on Wednesday. Thanks for joining us.